What's up, guys? We're here at New York Comic Con 2017, and as you can see around me, it is slammed. But that's a good thing, because that means the nerdum is strong. But while here, we're going to talk to artists, we're going to talk to writers, we're going to go to some DC panels, Marvel panels, all sorts of good stuff, and even talk about collectibles. So let's take a look. Now, one of the biggest things you've done in the book thus far that caused a stir in the comic community, I'd say, is the proposal. Yeah. Catwoman, Batman, how'd that come about? Is that something you're just like, you know what? Why not? You know, like that's been like a thing with them, like pretty much their whole thing, so let's do it.
That was from day one. That was, if you look back to the original covers of Batman #1, there's some alternative covers. They all have Catwoman on them, even though she's not in the issue. Because when they asked me in the very beginning, like, what is your run going to be about? I was like, it's going to be about Catwoman. She's going to be the central character. And now that we're out and it's doing all right, it's going to be a 100-issue run. So, I mean, that's the heart of the story. So we're at 32, 33. We're a third of the way through now, and so the third mark, I always had marked that they got engaged, and that's what happened.
Can you tease the next arc? Where are you going from here?
All right, so something happened that's never happened in Batman before, which is a hard thing to say in 78 years.
Yeah, for sure.
He got engaged to Catwoman. Above everything, above even his love, his mission in life is to war on crime. That's what he does. There's no other definition of Batman than the man who wars on crime. He just got engaged to a criminal.
So there's lots of places you can go with that, lots of things you play with.
So is that sane? Is that the most sane thing done, or is that the most insane thing he's ever done? And so what we're going to see next is we're going to see an arc where sort of his family has to deal with it. We're going to see Jason, we're going to see Dick, we're going to see...
Damien?
Oh yeah, Damien.
That's got to be really fun. The wheels are turning. That means good stuff is coming, guys.
Good stuff is coming, yeah. After we see sort of his close family reaction, we're going to go broader in the world. And so you're going to see an arc where Superman comes into the book, and Green Lantern comes in the book, and Aquaman comes into the book.
Dude, cool.
And I get to write just like animated series. I always think of that. Like, you watch one episode of the animated series and you feel like you've gone on an epic adventure, right?
For real.
It's 23 minutes long or whatever with the commercials. That's what this is. It's my chance to sort of be like, okay, I can do 2 issues with Superman and Batman, and I want to do the defining story of Superman and Batman.
So, Flash Rebirth, done a lot of good stuff with it, you know, Godspeed, Bloodwork, all that stuff. But just tell us about Flash Rebirth.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, and I think the stuff we have coming up with next year is going to be really big. And the stuff we've been doing, you know, we had the Godspeed arc, we got the Shade, we've had the Rogues.
Right.
Then we got the Boomerang, then we had the Button. Then we had a big storyline with Thawne called Running Scared that was like a big epic story with him. And then right now we're in the storyline called Negative, which is basically about Barry dealing with kind of the trauma of going up against Thawne. And then we're going to do a storyline called Cold Day in Hell, which is about Captain Cold and Iron Heights. And then we have a big storyline after that I can't talk about. We've talked about this.
Okay, you're right, yeah.
There's like, next year's going to be so many really big Flash stories back to back, but yeah, I can't talk about them. But at the same time as all that's going on, we started working on Metal.
Yeah.
You know, working on that, so I was able to do the Red Death special and doing Bats Out of Hell with the Metal stuff. Very
cool. Well, speaking of DC Metal, like Red Death, obviously you and Scott Snyder collaborated on that. How was that coming up with his origin and just, you know, talking about, he's a evil Batman speedster.
The one thing you have to keep in mind with all the Dark Knights is that they're all Bruce, right? So it's like they're not like new villain characters. They're Bruce who's been turned, or Bruce has been corrupted, or Bruce at his worst, you know? They're Bruce's nightmare. They're still Bruce. Obviously, I was like, well, I'm writing that Flash one. Whatever that Flash one is, I'm doing it. And so I had this idea in my head for a really long time, and so eventually I just wrote up a document. It was like, this is what I see. I wrote up 2, but I was like, this is what I see him being, and I felt it. I knew it. You know, it's one of those things you just kind of know what you're going to do, and I'm really proud with the final result. I feel like all that stuff that's in there, that stuff we wanted to do, like Batman strapping Flash to the hood of the Batmobile, that was in there. That was stuff that we were like, these are the fun, big things that we can do.
You guys are currently working on Just League book for Bats Out of Hell.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that?
Bats Out of Hell is a 4-issue crossover, part of Metal, so it's like a tie-in to that. And if you've been reading Metal, especially the one-shots that have all been coming out, you know about these evil versions of Batman and Bruce Wayne, you know, the Red Death, the Dawnbreaker, the Merciless. So our issue, those characters have all created unique Batcaves designed with the sole purpose of taking out each member of the Justice League that they're sort of the analog of.
How, as far as drawing all that stuff, How was that? You get to play, because now you get to do like these evil versions of Batcaves, and they're all like, you know, specific to the certain character they're fighting. How was it? Was that just like all the fun in the world?
Yeah, it was. Rob made it sound actually quite, you know, not too crazy, but actually was crazy. No, it's amazing. You know, it was a real cut loose, proper superhero comic. You know, they're kind of a bit rare to get. You know? To be honest, something that runs at 100 miles an hour right from the start. Yeah. Not just talking about the Flash. You know, it's like it was crazy.
We're at New York Comic Con 2017, and I'm about to play the new Justice League VR game. So let's go inside. So am I into mascara? This is crazy. It's actually a little off-putting. Oh, geez, they're getting it up on me.
Yeah, you can turn around. Process. Look at your hands. Yep.
Okay. So the Wonder Woman pose.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman.
Okay. Am I as good looking as Gal Gadot?
No.
No. Okay.
Score. That.
Very cool. That was awesome. Very, very cool. So I just got out of playing the Justice League VR game. I played as Wonder Woman. It was a ton of fun, guys. There's parademons coming all around you. You got a shield in this hand, sword in this hand. You can jump like from across mountains and stuff like that. Ton of fun. I can't wait to get my hands on it once it's fully released. We're at New York Comic Con 2017 with Greg Pak at his booth. He's got some awesome stuff. Let's start with Totally Awesome Hulk, because there's some awesome stuff going on with Hulk right now at Marvel.
Amadeus Cho, he's the new Hulk. He took over the powers of the Hulk from Bruce Banner, because Amadeus is a cocky 19-year-old who thinks he knows everything. He happens to be a super genius. Figures he's going to be the best Hulk ever, right? So he's had a lot of fun adventures, fighting monsters, doing all kinds of stuff. But he has started to realize that actually being the Hulk's not so easy, and he actually has a dark side inside of him. So he's trying to control this dark Hulk that's inside of him. However, he's about to get shot into space. He's going to to Planet Sakaar, which is the place where Planet Hulk took place back in the day. And so now Amadeus, who's trying to push down this dark side, is now going to be on a planet that will require him to tap into that Dark Hulk in order to survive and to help the people on the planet. The book is being retitled from Totally Awesome Hulk to Incredible Hulk. And so the new storyline starts on October 18th, I think, with Incredible Hulk number 709.
Thor Ragnarok is introducing Gladiator Hulk, and Sakaar, and some of the characters that you created. So I have to ask you, since the movie's like a month or so away, how does that feel, man?
It's crazy.
It's a Marvel Studios movie.
It's nuts. No, I mean, it's bizarre. I just like made up the name Sakaar, right, for Planet Sakaar. Like, and you know, now they're talking about Sakarians. You know what I mean? Right. And we're going to Planet Sakaar. And you know, Korg and Meek were big supporting characters in the Planet Hulk storyline. They're in the movie apparently, and you know, the director's actually voicing and the character of Korg. I mean, it's nuts. It's weird.
It's pretty awesome.
It's thrilling.
Now, as awesome as Marvel and DC are, we're in a creator world. So what do you have on that front? Because I know you do lots of that stuff.
My latest and greatest project is Mech Cadet U, right here. Okay. Got a kid and his giant robot. It's drawn by the great Takeshi Miyazawa, who's one of my frequent collaborators. We worked together. We co-created Amadeus Cho back in the day. So it's about Stanford U, this kid here. He's the janitor's kid. And he bonds with a giant robot, because we live in a world where giant robots come down to the Arizona desert once every 4 years, and they mysteriously bond with kids. So, of course, the military has built a military academy right next to the place where the giant robots come down, so they can train kids to go out and bond with these robots and then incorporate those robots into the military-industrial complex, right? And to defend the world from invading monsters. So these military kids, these military academy kids, are the ones who are supposed to bond with the robot, but through a sequence of events, our underdog hero, Stanford U, the janitor's kid, bonds with the robot. So it's a story of this janitor's kid entering the elite Sky Corps Academy and save the world from the crab-like sharks, the giant monsters that are coming.
But that's going to wrap up our coverage for New York Comic Con 2017. We met lots of cool people, interviewed a lot of cool people, saw some amazing stuff, and sat in some awesome panels. But until next year, guys, it was a blast.